Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back here. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and start working with the video model, and we're going to be creating a video model just like YouTube. So we're going to be able to upload videos from the admin section now. And take notes, when we keep progressing in this video, we're going to also extend the admin section to the front end, which means that users can also upload their own video without actually coming to the admin section. Okay, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. Without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get started. So over here, I'm going to open up my code editor. I've got Visual Studio Code, and from the last part we went ahead and worked with configuring the admin page, the super user, and the Jasmine, and also we went ahead and did the costume user model in the very last video. So in this one, I want to go ahead and start working with the video model. Now I'm simply going to come over here, and if you remember, we created this application called Core. Now I'm going to open up the model here, and if you've been following along with the series, then you remember that I told you guys that models.py in the file is simply where we define how we want our database tables and structure to look. So that's what we're going to be doing in this one. And in order to get started, I'm simply going to go ahead and let's just import. Okay, before we import anything, let's just go ahead and create firstly a class, and we're going to call this a video. So we calling this a video doesn't mean that it must be a video. You could call this whatever you want. Okay, so you could call this whatever you want and it's still gonna work fine, but I just want to call it video, so I'd know, okay, this is a class video. And in order to make this more understandable, there's also going to be something else like class channel. So this is going to be like what identifies the person's channel. There's going to be another class, like let's say class this one might be some like, let's say, profile. Okay, and there might be another one like class settings. Okay, so there will be different classes and database tables. So firstly, we are starting out with a video, and in this video what we simply want to pass in is models.model, just like this. And alongside the models.model, we want to go ahead and firstly pass in the video. So the best way to do this is to actually hop over to YouTube, and you simply want to just check out how videos look on YouTube. So I'm just gonna come over here and I'm simply gonna open this up. Let me make sure I'm connected to the internet. So I'm just gonna connect real quick to the internet, and I'm gonna retry this. And okay, as you can see, it's working now. So if you take a close look at this video, what did you see that this videos have got? So firstly, this video have got an image, which is this thumbnail over here. And what do you notice that the video is doing? It's playing, which means it has also got a video. And if you take a close look, you'll see, yo, I got a job as a software engineer. So the video also got a title, it's got the name of the channel, it's got a views, and it's got a date when it was posted, and it's also got this like the channel owner's logo or thumbnail, something like that. So we're gonna use all this now to model the model. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm simply gonna put it side by side, and I'm also gonna put my Visual Studio Code side by side so you guys see everything that's going on. So the first thing we need is video. We want to be able to play videos, so we're simply gonna say models.file field. So this one is going to be models.file field, and in this file field you simply want to upload to somewhere. So upload to is pretty much like a folder where we want to upload the videos to. So you could just say something like upload to videos. Okay, so it's automatically going to create a new model, or sorry, it's going to create a new folder, and it's automatically going to call it video. And whatever video any of your users are uploading, it's going to be going into the videos folder that it's going to create. But I don't want to do this. I actually want to create one folder for each and every one of the users that we've got, and each and every one of the user, I'm going to upload whatever they are uploading onto their channel into that particular folder. Hopefully you guys understand. And in order to do that, firstly we need to create another model. I'm going to put in class, and this one we're simply going to call it user_directory field. So I'm going to say user_directory. Okay, so over here I'm simply going to say user directory path. And in the user directory part, I'm going to pass in two parameters. One is going to be instance, and another one I'm going to call it file name. And I'd want you to know that you could call parameters whatever you want. Okay, so there are no definite name for them. Okay, so this is showing an error over here, and that's pretty much because this is over here is going to be defined. So what we're trying to do is define a function that we're going to call in here. Okay, so what we simply want to add here is return. And what do we want to return? So this is going to be a string. Now we want to return, the name is going to be user_. Then firstly we want to return 0. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys what's going on so you'd see, and I want to return 1. Okay, then after this, I'm simply going to go ahead and call a format like this, dot format, and in this dot format, we're going to pass in the instance dot user dot id, and also we're going to pass in the file name. Okay, so this is simply going to create a folder, and I'm going to show you guys what this does practically, and it's just going to put in whatever a particular user is getting into this folder. So in here, I'm simply going to pass in user directory path, as simple as that. Now the next thing that would need is an image, because if you take a close look here, you'd see an image. So we'd need an image, and in order to get an image, you're simply going to say image should be equal to models dot image field, and we also want to upload it to somewhere, so we're going to say underscore upload to, and we simply want to upload it to user directory path. And yeah, images should be compulsory, so you don't want, definitely actually images shouldn't be compulsory. Okay, so we're just going to say no should be true. We could go ahead and cut a stamp, like just pick out a how am I going to put that? Okay, we just pick out a pixel from the video that user is uploading, and we're going to use it as an image if a user does specify an image actually, and blank should be true. Okay, so all this means that images if you want, you cannot upload them, and for blank, that means that the image field can also be blank. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to show you guys what this is doing when we start setting it up in the admin section. And also this video over here, I've got a title, so as you can see this title over here, we need to go ahead and add that here. So we're going to say title should be equal to models.char field, and for the char field, it takes in max length, and max length we're going to pass in 100. So that pretty much means that if a user starts typing out, so let's say if a user starts typing out my name is Destiny, it's going to count how many texts that we've got over here, and let's say that's 17. Down 17 minus this, so it's going to remain 83 words or letters for you to go. Okay, so that's pretty much what max length does. Now that's pretty much what we want to add. Now the next thing we're simply going to add is let's just say a description, and this is going to be the video description. So I'm going to say models.text field. So text field is pretty much when you're trying to add a whole lot of text. You know, descriptions actually take longer text, and character field is simply for titles and shorter text. Okay, so text field, we could pass in null should be true, which means if they don't want to put in anything over there, it's cool, they can actually leave it blank. But for the title, we don't want it to be null. And another thing we could pass in is tags. So we want users to pass in tags into their videos, and this one we're going to be using a package called Django targets. Okay, so you want to say pip install Django targets, do that on your terminal, and when it's installed, you simply want to come over to your settings.py. So I'm going to open up settings.py, and I actually want to pin my settings.py over here, so I don't have to always open that up or look for it. And over here, I'm simply going to add targets. So I installed targets over here, and now in the models.py, I'm simply going to say from targets.managers, I simply want to import taggable manager. Okay, just like that. And now we need to say tags should be equal to taggable manager, and that's pretty much what I want to pass in. And also we could say null, it should be equal to true. Okay, it's if you don't pass in the tag, by default null is going to be true. So that's pretty much what we want to do. And also a video also needs a date when it was created. So if you look at this, you see 2 days ago, so that's when the video was created. And in order to do that, we're going to pass in models.date time field, and there is a lot of parameters that we can pass into this one. Firstly, we could say, do we want to automatically add a date whenever the video is uploaded, or do we want to allow users add a date themselves by default? Okay, so firstly, we want to allow users add a date automatically when the video gets published. Okay, and also if the video is not being published, let's say the video want to be scheduled or something like that, then they're going to choose a date for themselves. But for now, we're just going to go with auto add now should be equal to true, which means that whenever a video is created, it automatically adds a date for it. And another thing that we're going to be needing is visibility. So if I'm going to simply come over here and I'm going to open up my YouTube console, and hopefully I'm connected to the internet, and I'm just going to disconnect and connect again, and let's see. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to open up my YouTube console. So I'm going to come over to YouTube Studio. Rather, I don't know why I keep calling that console. This is not AWS. So when I open up the YouTube Studio, now the first thing I'm going to look for is this. I'm going to come over to content over here, and I'm simply going to come over to one of these videos. So these are the videos that I uploaded, and if you check out this visibility, then you're gonna see that there is private, unlisted, members only, and public. So these are pretty much like the visibility of the video. So if I change this one to members only, then only those who have the membership plan on my channel are going to be able to watch this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm simply gonna come over here and say visibility like this, and in order to use the visibility, we need to use a tuple. So a tuple is pretty much a data type that's unmutable. Okay, and in order to define a tuple, I'm simply gonna define a variable over here, and I'm gonna say visibility. So you could call this whatever you want, and in order to create a tuple, this is how you want to do it. So firstly, you're gonna pass in the parentheses, and I'm gonna break the parentheses apart, and I'm gonna pass in another parentheses, and in here I'm gonna call the key. So the key is gonna be public, and just outside the key I'm gonna call what I want it to be, and I think all these are even supposed to be in the same parentheses. So that's going to be public, this is going to be public. I don't know why I keep adding the K to public. So this is pretty much how you want it to be, and we could go ahead and duplicate this 4 more times. And if we look at this, we've got private, so I'm going to change this to private, and I'm also going to change this one over here to private, and the next one is unlisted. As you can see, I'm going to change this to unlisted, and I simply want to make this one an uppercase U, and I want to make the other one members only. So I'm just going to say members underscore only, members only, and for this one I'm going to get rid of the underscore, and for this one I want to make everything to be lowercase. So you might be like, okay, why is one looking different and the other one is looking kind of different? So why is all this ones in capital case, in uppercase, and this one are in lowercase? So that's because whenever we want to start using this visibility tuple over here in the views or wherever else, we are not going to be calling this. So this is the one that gets displayed in our front end or in the client side, but this is the one we use to work in the back end. And whenever I want to use this, I'm going to explain more on what it does, because I believe that actually seeing its work is going to help you understand more what it does. So this visibility, this is what we're going to do over here. We're simply going to pass in models, then we want to pass in chart field, and now visibility takes in choices. Okay, so over here you see we are able to choose either we want this video to be private, or either we want it to be unlisted or members only. And that's because in the chart field, what it passed in was choice field, and you want to choose from all this private, unlisted, members only, and public. And in order to do that, we're going to pass in the visibility tuple, and all chart field by default takes in max length, or you're going to get an error. And the default, so whenever a video is uploaded, we want the default to be public. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want to do. Now the last two things that we're going to be doing is this. We're going to go ahead and add a foreign key, a user foreign key. So we're going to say models.foreign key, and we simply want to pass this to user. So what does this mean? This means that someone that's uploading a video, so a channel that's uploading a video, it's actually a user of that channel that owns the video. Okay, it's not like an anonymous user or something like that. It's actually a user of the channel that owns the video. So let's say we are uploading a video. The name of the video is let me just look at one of this video. The name of the video is Django and Ajax Crude Application System, or Heroku is removing their free tab. Now the person that's going to be uploading this video, we're going to be able to choose that person, and that person is going to be Destiny or whoever that's uploading the video. So alongside the foreign key, you want to make sure that whenever you are creating foreign key, you want to pass in on delete should be equal to models.cascade. And what this simply means is that whenever this user get deleted, do we want to delete their videos? So as you can see on here on my YouTube channel, I've got 160 videos. So if I get deleted, if YouTube get my channel deleted, are all my videos going to be deleted? So that's pretty much what we are checking over here. But if YouTube deletes my channel and they still want to keep my video, then what they simply want to do is come over here and pass in set_null. And whenever you pass in the set null, you pretty much want to make null to be true. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want to do. But as you can see, this is straight an error, and this error is saying user is not defined. So if we aren't using the custom user model, we can simply go ahead and say from django.contrib.auth.models.auth models, we can simply go ahead and import the user, but this isn't going to work, and that's because we have extended this user over here to our own custom user. And in order to do that, firstly we need to go ahead and import settings.py. So we're going to say from django.conf, we want to simply go ahead and import settings. Okay, now alongside the settings, that's where we want to go ahead and create a new variable. We're going to call it user, and we're simply going to get the settings dot auth user model. So that's what we called it in the settings.py, auth user model. And you might be like, okay, where is this coming from? Now if I quickly come over to my settings.py and I search for this, what do you notice? This is it over here. Now back to the model, we're going to use this user over here. So that's pretty much what I want to do. And finally, now let's go ahead and create views. So by default, all videos have always got a view. So as you can see, 20 views, and as you can see, 128 views, 79 views. All videos need views, comments, and likes, but we're going to be creating comments and like on their own different model. For now, we're just going to go ahead and pass in view in here, and that one is simply going to be models.positive integer field. So what positive integer field means is that a video can never have a view of -1. Okay, a video can never have a view of -5. It's always gonna start from 0 and it's gonna go upwards. Okay, and now whenever a video gets created, the default view should be 0. So by default, a video shouldn't have any view. So that's what we're passing in here. And the last thing we're gonna do here is go ahead and define a .str. So I'm gonna pass in __str__, and I'm gonna pass in self in here. And this is pretty much what we want to return as the object's name. So for the video object's name, I'm simply going to pass in the title, and in order to do that, I'm going to say return self.title. And you might get a little bit confused about this. I'm going to show you guys what this does right now. And after I've gone ahead to save this in the admin, so I'm going to come over to the admin, and I simply want to import. Okay, I'm going to come over to the user admin. I'm going to open up the admin over here, and I'm simply going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it in my own admin. So just the things we want to change is this: from core.models, what we want to import is video that we created now, and we also need this line. So this one isn't going to be user admin, but it's going to be video admin. And in here, firstly, we need video, and alongside video, we need video admin. Okay, so after we've done this, let's go ahead and make migrations and also run our server. So we're going to say Python manage.py make migrations, and they should go ahead and make migrations for us. And we also want to say Python manage.py migrate. So you hit the up arrow on your keyboard, and it's going to go back a couple of times to get you the commands that you've used before. And finally, we're going to go ahead and run our server. So Python manage.py run server. As you can see now, our server is running on port 8000. Now, if we come over to the Django admin and refresh, what do you notice? Now we've got another class over here, or another model that's called videos. So if you open up these videos, then we're going to be able to add a video. And as you can see, we could choose the video that we want to use. And over here on my desktop, I've got this video folder and thumbnails. That's what I'm going to be using. So I'm simply going to come over to my desktop, and I'm going to choose video and thumbnail. And I can pretty much choose whatever I want. I'm just going to pass in 2000 questions. And for the thumbnails, I could just pass in whatever I want. Also, I could just choose this. And for the title, I'm going to say 2000 questions or 2000 programming questions to get that next job. Okay, and after that, I'm simply going to pass in the same thing as description. I'm not really getting creative here, but I'm just going to pass in the same thing as description. And for the tags, you could pass in whatever you want. You could pass in Python and use comma to separate tags. We could pass in GitHub, we could pass in GitHub, we could pass in Django, we could pass in YouTube, and let's just say finally we're going to pass in railway. Okay, and after passing that in, as you can see, the visibility by default is public. If we make this private, then nobody's going to be able to see the video, only us are going to see it. Okay, so for the user, I'm simply going to go ahead and pass in Destiny. Okay, so after that, this view over here, we don't want to pass in anything. We're automatically going to get views whenever a user watch a video. So that's pretty much what I want to do. I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to hit save on our keyboard, and as you can see, this gets saved. So if we open this up now and try opening up the video, as you can see, it opens up the video. So I'm going to pause that over there, and as you can see, it opens up the video, and this is the thumbnail over here. It opens it up too. So that's pretty much it. For this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. And this one, we created a user model to actually upload videos. And the next one, we're going to go ahead and display this video on our homepage. So over here, we're going to be displaying the videos. Okay, and the next video is really going to be fun. Hopefully I'm going to see you guys there. Do make sure to check out my YouTube channel at Desfix. Drop a like, consider subscribing, as it really mean the world to me. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. For now, mad love, peace out.